On the news tonight, Governor Adeleke receives accolades for massive road construction in Osun State. Federal government promises even development of the nation through maritime. And on the foreign scene, Syrian rebels takes control of the second city. Good evening, the major report. I am Babatunde Fanawoko. Osun State House of Assembly has praised Governor Ademola Adeleke for his commitment to road construction across the state. Chairman of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Lumide Fatumishi, commended the governor while reviewing budgets for various ministries and agencies, including works and infrastructure. Parliamentary reporter Oluwatosin Oladoku has the details.
Praises and commendation pour in for Governor Ademola Adeleke over his administration infrastructural strides as 2025 budget defense exercise enters day 5. In his opening remarks, Chairman House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Lumide Fatumishi, commended Governor Ademola Adeleke for the remarkable milestone achieved in the past year. He reiterated the determination of the Honorable Adewale Egbedun-led State Assembly in making sure that the 2025 budget is implementable.
I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Governor, led by His Excellency the Governor, for the remarkable milestones reached in the past year. The prudent financial management, strategic planning, and transparent budgetary processes have undoubtedly contributed to the prosperity and development of our state.
While contributing at the budget defense exercise, Honorables Babajide Koforola, Sikiru Badepade, Taofeek Olayiwola, Abiola Oyeye, Adekunle Oladimeji, Rotimi Ogunrinade, Kashope Abolarin, Laide Ajibola, Bamidele Lawal, and the Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Akinyode Yusi, jointly lauded and commended Governor Ademola Adeleke for administering the state resources judiciously. By and large, the budgets of the Ministry of Rural and Community Affairs, Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, Ministry of Water Resources, Ministry of Energy, and Road Maintenance budgets were considered. Oluwatosin Oladoku, OSBC News.
The federal government has restated its dedication to advancing Nigeria's maritime sector through support for the National Coast Guard Bill. This move, celebrated as a vital milestone in harnessing the country's maritime potential, was highlighted during a one-day public hearing on the bill at the National Assembly complex. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegbego Oyetola, described the proposed legislation as a transformative initiative for sustainable growth, maritime safety, and resource management. According to Oyetola, the bill, once enacted, will ensure maritime safety, foster sustainable marine resource development, and boost economic growth. He further stressed the importance of the National Coast Guard in safeguarding vessels and seafarers navigating Nigeria's extensive coastline. Coast Guard, Oyetola pointed out, would also be responsible for protecting the environment by enforcing regulations that safeguard marine ecosystems and prevent pollution. Another crucial function, he noted, would be to respond promptly to maritime emergencies, carrying out search and rescue operations to save lives and mitigate losses. The minister referenced a 2009 report by the African Center for Strategic Studies, which observed that 15 out of 21 independent maritime nations in sub-Saharan Africa operate dedicated coast guards. The Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to President Bola Tinubu, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, has said work is currently ongoing at the 150,000 barrels per day plant of the Port Harcourt Refining Company in Rivers State. Port Harcourt has two plants, including the 60,000 barrels per day facility and the 150,000 barrels per day plant. Ononuga also said the 60,000 barrel per day refinery is operating at 70% of installed capacity and plans to increase production shortly shortly. He further said the refinery receives regular crude oil contrary to claims of lacking the product. He disclosed this after joining a fact-finding team at the 60,000 barrels per day refinery. He explained that the team was satisfied with the state of the refinery. The team, guided by the refinery's managing director, Ibrahim Onoja, toured the entire complex from the computerized control room to the loading bay and every section in between. Pointed questions were asked and satisfactory answers dispelling doubt and misconceptions were given. Governor Dakpo Abiodun of Ogun State has said most of the disquiet over the federal government-led proposed tax reform in the country is born out of misunderstanding. Speaking with newsmen at the ongoing Africa Investment Forum Days 2024 in Rabat, Morocco, the governor said the resistance to the proposed tax reform was a product of gross misinformation and misinterpretation. According to him, when people are better informed, they will have a much more positive appreciation of what the tax reform represents. The governor said what had been done, subject to a few suggestions, and what had been seen, the proposed tax reform will improve the lot of the state of the Federation much better than the status quo. The misconception, according to the governor, is that some of the people did not take time to interrogate and understand the reform, there was also a lot of suspicion around the intention. Abiodun said he is convinced that the purpose of the reform is in the best interest of every subnational government in Nigeria. Governor Dakpo Abiodun explained that at the Governors Forum level, there was painstaking engagement going on, and soon the cloud will be clearer as everyone embraced reality. Senators will uphold the yearnings of Nigerians in their deliberations and passage of the tax reform bills, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has said. Akpabio added that those who are opposed to the bills will not be shut out of proceedings. He challenged governors, traditional rulers, and other categories of Nigerians who have misgivings to attend the public hearing to air their grievances. He added that nobody can bully the Senate or derail it from its constitutional responsibilities. Akpabio also listed the advantages of the bills while speaking during plenary. Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele faulted reports claiming that the Senate had suspended legislative actions on the bills or that it had been withdrawn. According to Bamidele, the bills are still alive at the Senate. Also, the anticipated parley between the Senate ad hoc committee led by Minority Leader Abba Moro and Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi SAN failed to hold. Instead, the ad hoc committee held a 40-minute meeting in Moro's office. It was learned that Fagbemi arrived the country yesterday from a foreign trip, hence he could not be at the Senate to throw light on gray areas in the bills and directed by President Tinubu. Addressing his colleagues, Akpabio said the Senate will not be bullied doing its work in the interest of Nigerians, and by the time they come up with the final position, it will reflect the yearnings and aspirations of all. Still on the tax reform bill, the South-South caucus of the Senate has held an emergency meeting to bolster support for the tax bills, which had divided the National Assembly following contentions over the VAT provisions in the proposed tax reforms bills. The development comes as indication emerged that the Senate may get the revised bills, according to a senator who spoke in confidence. However, announcing their decision in a communique after the meeting, which was held, the federal lawmakers hailed the landmark tax reform bills, stating that they would enhance national revenue and foster economic stability. Part of the communique signed by Senator Siriaki Dixon by Esa West revealed that the senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the South-South geopolitical zone met, recognizing the importance of tax reforms in enhancing national revenue and fostering economic stability, and resolved to support the tax reforms bills. The support is anchored on a comprehensive study and thorough evaluation of the content of the bills to ensure they align with the overall interest of Nigerians, particularly the well-being of the South-South region. The caucus called for restraint on the part of those bent on introducing sentiment, whether regional, ethnic, or tribal, to a national dialogue, and looks forward to robust interactions and consultations as already commenced by the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Senate has slammed the generating companies, the transmission company of Nigeria, and the distribution companies over power outages, saying they add no value. It came close to admitting that the privatization of the power sector is a total failure, threatening to initiate legislative measures, including new laws, to repeal the policy. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio led his colleagues in bashing the key operators in the power chain, from the generating companies, the transmission company of Nigeria, to the distribution companies. The lawmakers said the operators had forced Nigeria more into darkness since 2013, when the policy took off, leaving the citizenry helpless. The Senate further stated that the people who took over power sector are just making money from those transformers, and they are not adding value at all. The senators expressed their anger as the report into frequent grid collapse in the country was presented on the floor by the Chairman Committee on Power, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe. Senator Abaribe listed many factors responsible for the frequent collapse of the grid, ranging from aging plants, abandoned projects that cost trillions of dollars, regulatory gaps, security of power infrastructure and vandalism, lack of supervisory control, and data acquisition to financial prudence. Wife of Osun State Governor, Mrs. Titilola Adeleke, has charged Nigerians to envision Christmas as another opportunity to renew their affection to God and mankind, irrespective of the challenges bedeviling the nation. She gave the charge while addressing the people at this year's Reality Radio Vision Services Father Christmas opening ceremony in Ewo. Adebare Jimakinde has the details.
Addressing the people at the annual event put together to identify with the Yuletide, Mrs. Titilola Adeleke noted that Christmas is a true reflection on the important foundations of Christian faith and demonstration of the gift of love and joy. The wife of the governor, who spoke through the wife of the deputy speaker, Osun State House of Assembly, Mrs. Fatima Oyewusi, submitted that love is the essence of celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, whose epitome are sacrifice, tolerance, and mercy, the virtues which should be all embracing.
Christmas is a time of spiritual reflection on the important foundations of Christian faith. It's also a celebration where we all gather to appreciate and celebrate God for His love, His grace, for keeping us alive to witness this joyous period.
The chairman PDP local government, Honorable Alidu Tiamiyu, who advocated speaking of Yoruba language to promote culture, expressed gratitude to the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, for giving desired attention and the needed support to RRS Iwo. He expressed hope that the station will soon achieve the dreams of its founding fathers, while also requesting for a replacement of the 40 transformer and issuance of appointment letters to OSBC freelance staff. The permanent secretary and Director General OSBC, Mrs. Jolade Barola, affirmed that Jesus Christ was born to save the world, reconcile man to God, the significance of which is a demonstration of the spirit of forgiveness. She employed the people to always reflect on the significance of the Yuletide. Mrs. Barola seized the opportunity to appreciate Governor Ademola Adeleke for his kind gesture and revitalization of the OSBC conglomerates, particularly the provision of modern digital transmitter and equipment. She enjoined the people of Iwo Town to patronize the media outfit while assuring of better services. Speaking earlier in his welcome address, the General Manager, RRS Iwo, Mr. Muhyiddin Adeleke, urged the people to always exhibit love to one another, the virtue which the youth symbolized, adding that children's love should also be given the desired necessity. In his word of exhortation, Reverend E.O. Oladejo, Ifeoluwa Baptist Church Iwo, he encouraged people never to lose hope in life, saying the Lord Almighty is God of possibility. He equally charged the people to celebrate the salvation of their souls and abstain from sinful lifestyle for the nation to progress. Highlight of the occasion were presentation of gifts to the children by Mrs. Titilola Adeleke for the Christmas show, recitation of the 7 lessons of Christmas, among others. As the Christmas Committee Chairman, Francis Odewoye, took the vote of thanks. Dignitaries at the occasion include Ologuru of Oguru, the General Manager of Orisun FM, Mr. Akiola Owolabi, his counterpart from OSBC TV, Mrs. Adiola Adebayo, and other members of the management of OSBC. Adebare Ejimakide reporting.
You are welcome to our sports segment. Defending champions Accra Rugby Club of Ghana will have a lot of obstacles to contend with as clubs from Togo, Benin Republic and host country Nigeria are ready to confront them at the 12th Sandy Beach Rugby for the title this weekend. Abdul Jalil Adebisi has the details of the story and more from the sports scene.
The Ghanaian has become the champion after emerging tops at the end of the round-robin format at the last year's edition. The annual rugby showdown, heavily loaded with high-level entertainment, will serve as the perfect arena for the Ghanaians to wade off the challenges from Werewolves and Dolphins Atlantic Club, both from Benin Republic, Black Warriors RFC of Togo, and a host of home-based teams like Kaduna RFC, Bayelsa RFC, Lagos RF, Edo RF, Port Harcourt Scale RF, Kings RF Ogun, Racing RFC, and AJ Sharks. Aside the huge contest on offer, the women will also have their day on the sand as Echo 2, Goska RFC, AJ Sharks, and a Benin Republic selected team will add to the rich menu of rugby exhibition. Seasoned Nigerians referee Joseph Ogabo will be at the center when Black Bulls of Mozambique and Egypt's Al Masry clash in the CAF Confederation Cup. Group C clash this weekend. The encounter will hold at the Stadio Zimpero Maputo. Ogabo will be assisted by Abdul Majid Usman, assistant referee 1, and Yakubu Mohammed, assistant referee 2. Another Nigerian, Abubakar Abdullahi, will be the fourth official. Burundi's Mfubusa Banat of Burundi will serve as the referee assessor. Two-time African champions Enyimba will entertain defending champion Samalek in the group's other fixture same day. The encounter will hold at the Gospel Opabio International Stadium, Uyo. Kelechi Iheanacho has called for Sevilla in their 3-1 win at UE Olot in the second round of the Copa del Rey. This is Iheanacho's third goal in the Copa del Rey for Sevilla. The Super Eagles star netted a brace in Sevilla's 3-0 win at Las Rosas in the first round in October. The former Leicester City forward got on the score sheet in the 73rd minute to put his side 3-0 ahead. The Spanish lower division club pulled a goal back in the 92nd minute. Iheanacho is still waiting to open his account in the La Liga after playing 7 games. Abdul Jalil, DBC, OSBC News.
And on the foreign scene, Syrian rebels say they have taken full control of a second major city after the military withdrew its troops from Hama in another setback for President Bashar al-Assad. Abdul Jalil Adebisi again has the details of the story and more from the foreign scene.
The leader of the militant group, Ayat Tahrir al-Sham, Abu Muhammad al-Jawlani, has declared victory in Hama and vowed there will be no revenge. Earlier, Ayat Tahir al-Sham fighters and their allies took over Hama Central Prison and released image amid various battles, while the military said it had redeployed troops outside the city. Hama is home to 1 million people and is 110 kilometers 70 miles south of Aleppo, which rebels captured last week after launching a surprise offensive from their stronghold in the northwest. An outbreak of cholera in South is rapidly escalating. A humanitarian group has warned more than a month after the first suspected case was detected. Some South African doctors said that a total of 737 cholera cases were reported in Malacca, the capital of South Sudan's Upper Nile State. It was noted in a statement that the situation in Malacca remains critical and people are concerned that the outbreak is spreading to neighboring areas such as Tonga and Kodak, Zakaria, Mwachia, among others. Cholera is an acute form of diarrhea that is treatable with antibiotics and hydration, but can kill within hours if left untreated. Abdul Jalil, DBC, OSBC News.
And with our report from the foreign scene, we've come to the end of the major reports on OSBC TV. It was put together by Abdul Jalil at DBC. I am Babatude's final post saying thank you for watching. Good night.